From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, November the 6th, 2020. Israel is easing some of its coronavirus restrictions that affect the economy. Ministers voted on Wednesday in the cabinet to allow certain shops and stores to reopen this coming Sunday, though with strong limitations and regulations in place. The number of positive cases had been declining in the country, but seemed to be up again this week. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned, "We also know that there has been a certain increase in morbidity. Therefore, if we see this coming weekend ahead of the major third stage," referring to the stores reopening, that there is an increase in morbidity, we will need to stop and maybe tighten the restrictions. The Jerusalem Post reports, citing a report from PMW, Palestinian Media Watch, that the Palestine Polytechnic University in the Palestinian Authority inaugurated a new gate named after the leader of terror group Black September, who orchestrated the Munich Olympics massacre in which 11 Israeli athletes were murdered in 1972, Saleh Khalaf, also known as Abu Iyad. Palestinian Media Watch is a nonprofit Israeli research institute which reports on the PA's promotion and glorification of terror. In this report, it cited the chairman of the student council who gifted the gate to the school, saying that the students were proud of Khalaf. PMW said the honoring of the terrorist leader was not surprising, noting there is also a school and a sports center in the Palestinian Authority named for him. The IDF today introduced what it said was its Navy's most advanced ship yet, the Sa'ar 6 corvette. The IDF tweeted a photo of the vessel, which it wrote will be equipped with our latest operational systems to thwart any enemy threat. After being built over 3 years in Germany, the IDF wrote, the first ship is sailing to Israel to join our fleet. One of Israel's most influential poets has died. Natan Zach is credited for greatly influencing the development of modern Hebrew poetry. Born in Berlin, Zach emigrated to pre-state Israel in 1936 and fought in the War of Independence in 1948. He was awarded the Israel Prize in 1995. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin said of the poet upon hearing of his passing, "Who will now encapsulate for us the essence of pain? Who will knead the Hebrew language with such an original, precise hand? Who will describe for us the life we could yet have between us?" Zach died this afternoon. He was 89. Well, a statement of unity released yesterday from a wide swath of Jewish organizations post-election day here in the U.S. The Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations released the statement as, they wrote, the umbrella organization of 53 American Jewish organizations from across the religious, political, and ideological spectrums. The statement reads, in part, in the wake of particularly hard-fought and divisive elections, we, member organizations of the Conference of Presidents, renew our commitment to promote unity and cooperation inside and outside the Jewish community. They wrote, we are confident that our country's leadership will continue to stand against anti-Semitism and maintain the strong U.S.-Israel relationship building on decades of close ties between America and the Jewish state. Support for Israel is not a Democratic cause or a Republican cause. It is an American cause. Our unity will assure the strengthening of the historic bipartisan U.S. support for Israel. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, November the 6th. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by Kabbalat Shabbat services from the Hampton Synagogue. At 8, the creators of the hit Netflix series Fauda speak at the 92nd Street Y. At 9, it's the film Lost Town. Then at 10:30, a replay of the Hampton Synagogue services, followed by an encore presentation from the Central Synagogue services. And coming up next, a look at this week's Torah portion, followed by Mark Golub on Together During COVID-19. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, November the 6th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well, and Shabbat Shalom.